Hey everybody, welcome to Pokemon BlazeBlack video number 37. We're heading down Route 6 now, and making our way up to Chargestone Cave, which is where Clay wanted to meet us. Our first battle is against Scientist William, who sends out a Deerling. Deerling is a grass/normal type, so it's also weak to fighting. I used Deerling when I played Pokemon Black on my team. It's a pretty good Pokemon, but if it comes against anything that it's weak to, which is a lot of stuff, it's pretty much useless. So we're able to make quick work of Deerling and Sawsbuck. Now he's going to send out Clink, which is a pure steel type. So they're weak to fighting. And the Brick Break takes him out. So Deerling and Sawsbuck are two of the Pokemon you can find here on this route. In the normal grass you can find Deerling, Stantler, Fungus, Pidgeotto, Natu, and then Mime Jr. and Bonsly, and Plusle and Minun. And then in the winter you find Snover also, and in every other season you find Cherubi. So anyway, we're going to take on this Heatmore. It's a fire type, and it should fall to strength. Yep. Stoutland grows to level 42. And no, I don't really want him to learn Reversal. Reversal is a fighting type move that does more damage the less HP you have. So it's kind of like Flail, if you remember Flail, which does the less HP you have, the more damage it does. And I don't ever plan on my Pokemon having low HP, so I won't ever have a use for that move. So against the Durant, the Steel Bug, I send in Boris. That typing Steel Bug really kind of makes it so that I don't have anything really that is strong against it. So I just have to send in something that'll do neutral damage, like Boris, but he has high attack, so it's a 2-hit KO. Alright. So I went over the Pokemon that are in the normal grass. In the dark grass, you can find Sawsbuck, Stantler still, pretty much a lot of the same Pokemon that were in the other grass. You can find Mr. Mime and Sudowoodo in there, as opposed to Mime Jr. and Bonsly. And then Cherim in the spring, summer, and autumn, instead of Cherubi. So we are fighting a Seaking. Both of our first attacks miss, which is kind of funny. Frostlass? Yeah, we'll keep in Stoutland. Frostlass is the Ice/Ghost type, so it should be pretty weak to Crunch, and it is. Next is Roserade. Roserade is probably one of my favorite grass types. I used Roserade a lot when I was playing the Gen 4 games, Pearl and Platinum. I never played Diamond, but I played Pearl and Platinum, and Roserade was always a favorite. Clefable. I think we'll send in Boris for this action. And the Brick Break takes out Clefable. Alright, so as you can see, there is water on this route, and if you do decide to go fishing, you can catch Finian and Chinchou, which Chinchou has always been one of my favorites. Or it's always evolved. It evolves into one of my favorites, which is Lantern. So if you want a good water electric type, go fishing and catch a Chinchou, which will evolve into Lantern. So Ron here sends in the Cadabra, and we send in Stoutland, which will crunch the Cadabra and, yeah, cause it to faint. Next, he's going to send in Cherim. And, yeah, we'll go ahead and switch out from Stoutland, send in Boris. The Aerial Ace doesn't quite take him out. Cherim uses Sunny Day, which should cause him to change form. Yep. So we go for the Aerial Ace again, and that takes down the Cherim. So Boris is now at level 43, and he also wants to learn Reversal. So, no, we're not going to learn Reversal. Next is Magneton. And, yep, being a steel type, it's weak to fighting, and the Brick Break takes him down. So Boris did well there. And then, I forgot to mention, in the Shaking Grass, if you see any Shaking Grass, there's a 90% chance of Chansey appearing. So I know a lot of people like Chansey because they're like HP, like their HP is ridiculous. And they also carry what's called a Lucky Egg, or some of them do. And if you give that to a Pokemon, it'll, every time it battles, it'll get more experience. It'll get 1.5 times its normal experience, which is nice. But in the next video, we'll get a free one. So if you don't, want to take the time to try and find a Chansey, but you still want that Lucky Egg, just, wait till we get into the Chargestone Cave. And Professor Juniper will give us one. Or 6. Alright, we're challenged by Scientist Maria, who sends in her Fungus. I can never remember what Fungus is, if it's a bug slash grass, or a grass slash poison. So the Fungus goes down, and next he sends in a Ferroseed, which is the steel slash grass type. So pretty freaking weak to fire. But if you don't have fire, fighting is probably the next best thing to use against it. So next he sends in the Crobat, and we really don't need Boris to be fighting that thing. So we'll send out Stoutland, who can use Strength, and that should do a lot. Yep, takes him out. Okay, I just looked it up. Fungus is a grass slash poison type. So, there you go. Alright, there's nothing up here, so we'll go back down and fight this person. Parasol Lady Tihana sends in an Espeon. So Stoutland is still at the front of the party. We'll have him use Crunch. And that takes out the Espeon, which is nice. So now she goes into Unpheasant, which is also something that Stoutland can deal with. Yeah. And then Frillish, a ghost type, also weak to Crunch. Well, that was pretty easy. Lady Tihana. Now these little Pokeballs you see in the grass, some of them are fungus, and I think one of them is actually a leaf stone. So we'll just run away from that. Repel's effect wore off, great. There's leaf stones, plural. There should be 6 of them. And then this thing here is also a fungus. As you can see, I sped up the wild Pokemon battles there. There's a Plusle, just, you know, for fun. Whatever. So now we'll fight this guy. This is a Pokemon Ranger Richard and his Miltank. So Stoutland uses Takedown, and Miltank Body Slams and gets the Paralyze on Stoutland, which sucks. And Stoutland is paralyzed. It can't move. So I'm gonna use the Hyper Potion here so Stoutland can hang in there a little bit longer. Stoutland uses Takedown, and down goes the Miltank. So he did good there. He's gonna send in Tauros now, which is the male equivalent basically to Miltank. Send out Boris to take it down with its fighting type Wonderment. Tauros has Intimidate, which is kind of sucks for Boris. So I use Close Combat just to make sure that this thing goes down. And it does. So it gives us a Cherry Berry, which, what it does escapes me. I guess I could look it up. So go in here, and this lady will heal your Pokemon. And the other little girl will give you, like, shiny stones or something. So, a wild Xatu appears, and I think we'll go ahead and fight this thing just for the experience. I looked up Cherry Berry, and it'll cure paralysis. So that's what it does. So here we are at Chargestone Cave, and here's Clay showing up just like he said he would. Well, Stoutland could have done that. Bulldoze. A ground type move that... I think it's a ground type move that also lowers its speed. I might teach it to Gastrodon if I feel inspired. But that's gonna be it. The next video we will start exploring Chargestone Cave.